And welcome to another episode of HTBL Baseball. This is Big Paulie coming to you for game number 27 of this 144 game season that we are playing with the best of all time. And we're going to recap what happened in game 26. You saw the game that was our game of the day pick. It was Tampa Bay goosing the White Sox 5-0. We'll show you what happened in the other games. It was the Tigers 4 and the Red Sox 3 in a game that went 10 innings. Bourbon over Houston. Bourbon 2-0, Houston 1-3. Barrett 2 for 4 and a triple. The Yankees again pound the Blue Jays 12-5. Hoyt 2-2 over Halliday 0-1. Push him up Tony Lazzeri 3 for 4, 2 homers to get to 8 on the year and 4 RBIs. The Indians 5-3 over the Baltimore Orioles. Both teams over 500 at the present time. Garcia 2-0 over Pappas 0-4. Manush 2 for 4, a homer, his second. Houston blanks Oakland 4-0. Oswald 1-3 over Whitney 4-3. Oswald went the distance and struck out 10. Miami 18-8 over Atlanta. So I guess you could say it was the Dolphins over the Falcons there. Willis 2-0 over Avery 0-3. Perez 4 for 5, a homer, his fourth, and 4 RBIs. 18-8. Is that a scorigami if that was an NFL game? Oh well. We'll figure that out later. Montreal 6-4 over the Philadelphia Phillies. Rogers goes to 2-1 on the year. Bunning 1-3 the loser. Schmidt 1 for 2, a homer, his seventh, and 3 RBIs. The Reds over the Nats 5-2. Vandermeer 1-1 over Burnett 0-1. Pete Rose went 2 for 3, the hit king. It was the Pirates 7-4 over the Mets in 13. Face 2-0 over McDowell 1-2. Pena 4 for 6, a homer, and 2 RBIs. The Browns 2-1 over the Angels in 12. Page 2-0 over Shields 2-1. Robinson 1 for 4, a homer, and a stolen base. Speaking of football scores, the Cowboys over the Vikings 14-0. No, folks, it was the Rangers over the Twins by that score. Rogers 3-0 over Radke 0-3. Franco 2 for 3, a homer, his third. The Seahawks over the Chiefs? No, folks. It was the Mariners 10 and the Royals 3. Moyer 2-2 over Gubasa 2-2. Jojima went 3 for 4. Cubbies 6-3 over the Diamondbacks. Root 2-2 over Mullane 3-5. Boone 2 for 3 and a double. The Brewers 7-4 over the Giants. Plesac 2-1. Ortiz 0-1. Vaughn 2 for 4, a homer, his seventh. The Cardinals 6-4 over the Dodgers. Carpenter 3-0 over Koufax 1-2. Simmons 2 for 3, a homer, his fourth. The Chargers 13-3 over the Broncos. No, folks, again, I am kidding. The Padres 13-3 over the Rockies. A lot of football scores we had on May 4th of this HTBL season. Everybody playing their 26th game. Cheeseboro 5-2 over Estacio 0-2. Santiago 3 for 5, a homer, and 5 RBIs. So that will take us to game number 27. We meant to have this game for you as game 25, so we're going to do it. We had to go to the Cardinals and the Dodgers because I forgot to record the game between the Expos and the Philadelphia Phillies, so we're going to play that out for you. I will control Philadelphia. The computer will control Montreal. We're at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. And I'll let the computer set my lineup. Martinez will be Montreal's pitcher. El Presidente, who threw that perfect game in 1991 against the Dodgers. And let's go. Philadelphia is over the roster limit. Okay. And you hear rumbles of thunder. We just had a thunderstorm pass through the area. No, I do not wish to proceed. I'm going to fix the roster issue and I will be right back. And we're back. We should have the issue under control now.
Pitching for Philadelphia, Robin Roberts.
Robin Roberts takes the mound for the Phillies. Let's go through the lineup. For Montreal, Raines in left field bats first. Cabrera at shortstop bats second. Jorgensen in first base batting third. Andre Dawson, center fielder, batting fourth. Gary Carter catching bats fifth. Martinez is in right batting sixth. Tim Wallach at third base batting seventh. Warren Cromartie is the DH batting eighth. And Lansing is the second baseman batting ninth. Defensively for Philadelphia, Hamilton is a 5 and a 4 in left, 5 range, 4 arm. Cy Williams, 6 and a 6 at center. Klein is a 7 and a 9 in right. Schmidt a 9 at third. Rollins a 7 at short. Utley a 9 at second base, and Larkin a 5 at first. That is Henry Larkin, the old-time baseball player, not Barry Larkin of the Reds. Darren Dalton a 7 and a 5 arm in behind the dish. Robin Roberts has a 6 range and a 919 fielding average. He's at the plate. He's at the pitcher's mound. What am I saying? So far this year, Roberts is 518, 3-2, 40 innings pitched, 51 hits, 7 home runs, 7 walks, and 24 Ks. Leading off is Tim Raines, 283, no homers, 12 ribbies. So we will get this game started in earnest, and that's a pop fly. Going to be caught by Dalton behind the plate for the first out. I am recording this August 12th, 2021, the Field of Dreams game in Dyersville, Iowa going on presently. Orlando Cabrera is the number 2 hitter, 356. No homers and 7 RBIs. Here's the pitch. This is going to be popped up again, so Dalton's going to have back-to-back putouts. No, it's a foul ball. It got by him. Count now 0-2 to Orlando Cabrera. Here's the pitch. Up the middle, base hit. Cabrera will stay at first. Mike Jorgensen, the new hitter for Montreal, he has not had an at-bat so far this season. Zeros across the board for him. Let's see what happens. Strike 3, and Roberts has his first K of the day. Andre Dawson, 284, only 3 homers and 9 RBIs, so he hasn't been doing too well under the playing the best of the other teams here in the HTBL. Here's the pitch to him. This is hit well to left. Hamilton going back. He'll make the putout at the warning track.
For Montreal, Dennis Martinez.
Montreal goes scoreless in the first. Let's set up the Philadelphia lineup. Hamilton left field bats first, leads off. Rollins, J-Roll, is the shortstop batting second. Klein, the right fielder, bats third. Michael Jack Schmidt at third base bats cleanup. Williams in center field bats fifth. Utley, the second baseman, bats sixth. McGee is the DH batting seventh in the HTBL. Both leagues use the DH. Try to get that manpower active. Larkin at first base bats eighth. Dutch Dalton is the ninth hitter. He catches. Defensively for Montreal, Raines is a 6 and a 6 in left. Dawson a 10 and a 7 in center. Martinez a 5 and a 5 in right. Wallach is an 8 at third. Cabrera a 7 at shortstop. Lansing a 5 at second base. Jorgensen a 7 at first base. Behind the dish, Gary Carter a 9 and a 7 arm. Dennis Martinez has a 6 range, and his fielding average is 900. So far this year, Martinez has not had any good outings. He's 2-2, a 6.19 ERA, 32 innings pitched, 34 hits, 7 homers and 17 walks given up. He has struck out 22. Actually, his whip is a little higher and his opposing batting average a little higher than what it should be. So that's where we are with everybody. Billy Hamilton leads off, 286, only 21 at-bats on the year so far, no homers and 4 RBIs. Everybody kind of feeling the way through the lineups here in the early part of the season. And this is skied to center. Dawson going back, makes the catch at the warning track in right center field for out number 1. Jimmy Rollins, he's batting 248 on the year, 4 homers and 14 RBIs. Grounder, no, a base hit to left. Rain scoops it up, and Rollins has himself a base knock. Chuck Klein, 235, no homers and 1 RBI. He's only had 17 at-bats this season. Let's see what he can do here. Rollins only 51% to steal second. I'm going to keep him there at first base. The calling card throw over to first, and Rollins is safe. 1 out, bottom of the first, no score. Klein. A grounder to first. Jorgensen is there, and Rollins will move up to second base. This brings up Michael Schmidt. 272 on the year, 4 homers and 7 homers and 22 RBIs. I was looking in the wrong column. We'll take, with Rollins getting good odds to steal third, which are now reduced. Count 1-0 to Schmidt. Ball 4. So runners at first and second with 2 outs for Cy Williams. 232 on the year, a homer and 9 RBIs. El Presidente will deal. This is skied to second base. Looks like Lansing has it. He puts his glove up and he makes the catch. After an inning, no score. We'll move to the second inning now. And I see that the Rays beat the Red Sox. They had a 4 o'clock start today. It was 8-1, so the Rays up 5 on August 12, 2021 in the American League East. Gary Carter, the kid, 266, 3 homers and 17 RBIs. Roberts will deal to him. This is hit well to center, and it's gone. It was a line drive over the center field wall. It got out in a hurry, and Gary Carter makes it a 1-0 Expo lead. 377 feet, they will call it. That was his 4th homer on the year. I don't think it went 377 because the center field wall, I could see a couple of 4s on the distance indicators. But it jumped out of here, and Montreal has that 1-0 lead. By the way, the EPC on Robin Roberts, the pitcher, not the ABC broadcaster, is 130. Martinez can go 135. Davey Martinez, who's now the skipper of the Washington Nationals, is at the plate. 311, no homers, 4 RBIs. And this is going to be a base hit to left field, and Martinez has a single. Tim Wallach, 311, 6 homers and 14 RBIs. Skied to left, and Hamilton has it. And that'll be out number 1. Warren Cromartie, who we have not seen yet. I read his book, Slugging It Out, in Japan when I was in my 20s, back in the 90s. 214 on the year, a homer and 4 RBIs. He went to play in Japan after playing with the Montreal Expos, and then he came back. I think he played for the Kansas City Royals for a while. Stolen base attempt, and Martinez safe at second base with 1 out. So Cromartie, we're here with an RBI chance. 214, a homer, and 4 RBIs. If I didn't mention it earlier, and if I did, my apologies. And that was a grounder and a put out to first base. It was Schmidt that fielded it. A little problem with the chalkboard there, but it was Schmidt fielding it, throwing it to Larkin, and now there are 2 gone for Mike Lansing, 250, no homers, 3 RBIs. Only 16 at-bats, so he really doesn't have a big sample size as of yet. And that's a K for Roberts, his second of the game. We have played an inning and a half, Montreal on the Cadillac board, and we are at 1-0 going into the bottom of the second. Montreal, an even 13-13, and Philadelphia 16-10. Chase Utley will be the new Philly hitter. Only 182 on the year, 1 homer and 9 RBIs. See how Martinez will deal with him. Martinez is 245 against righties, and Utley is 300 against righties. Actually, Utley is a lefty, so Martinez's odds is 254, actually. And Martinez was hurt. Throwing that strikeout. They're going to look at him. He will stay in the game. I do not control Montreal, so that is their decision. Sherry McGee, the new Philly hitter, 250 on the year. 258 actually, 5 homers and 15 RBIs. The deal to McGee, hit well to left. Raines makes the play at the warning track for out number 2. Henry Larkin, 275 on the year, 4 homers and 15 RBIs. He is the number 8 hitter for the Fightin' Phils. Grounder to second base, Lansing, Jorgensen, third out. We have played 2. Montreal 1-0 over the Phillies. Back to the top of the order for the Expos and Tim Raines, 280. No homers, 12 RBIs. We told you that earlier, I hope. And Raines is 0 for 1 so far in this game as we start the third inning. And this is a bunt, and Philly was not expecting it. Raines is easily going to be aboard with a base hit. So Raines catches Philly by surprise. And caught me by surprise because I'm managing Philadelphia. Cabrera 1 for 1 so far in this game. 1 on and nobody out. Raines is going to steal second. Now that I should have seen. That is his 16th stolen base of the year. As I again hear rumbles of thunder outside my house. Of course, we have a tropical storm possibly coming our way Saturday night, Sunday morning. Good old Fred here in the Tampa Bay area. First time I could ever remember back-to-back named storms in sequence threatening Tampa Bay. We had Elsa get close to us on after July 4th weekend. In fact, it was the day before the Lightning won the Stanley Cup, and Jose Abreu just hit the first home run at the Field of Dreams Park. I see him rounding the bases. Cabrera 1 for 1, as we were telling you. And this is going to be a base hit. Looked like Hamilton had trouble with it, and Cabrera is going to go all the way to third with a triple. They rule no error on the play, and Cabrera's triple plates Raines, and it's 2-0. So I'm going to move my infield halfway for Jorgensen, who is 0 for 1. Try to stop the bleeding, and that's a base hit that's going to plate Cabrera, and it is 3-0 Montreal. Still nobody out, and Andre Dawson up, who is 0 for 1. And this is hit well to left. Hamilton will watch it go. A home run for Andre Dawson. 2-run jack, and it's 5-0. Roberts is at 39 pitches. And now you got to wonder, how long do you want to keep Roberts in the game? Carter is 1 for 1. He had the home run in the second, and now Montreal has made it a 2-swing game in the third. And he strikes out. That's K number 3 for Roberts, bringing up Davey Martinez, who is 1 for 1 on the day. And that's back-to-back Ks for Robin Roberts, giving him 4. 2 out now in the Montreal third for Tim Wallach, who is 0 for 1, like Eli Wallach. And he was hit by a pitch, it appeared. It was. He got hit in the ribs, so maybe tempers flaring a little bit at the sits. Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Warren Cromartie 0 for 1. And up the middle, a base hit, so Montreal may not be done. Poor play being judged against Utley. It was not an error, but it did allow Wallach to go from first to third. Mike Lansing up for Montreal. He is 0 for 1. And this is hit to the shortstop. He'll go for the second base for the force. And finally, and mercifully, the inning is over for the Phillies. Montreal plated 4. It's 5-0 Expos going to the third bottom of the third. Darren Dalton hasn't bat yet. He has a 4 bunt rating, but he's 290 on the year, 5 homers and 16 RBIs. See if the bats can find a way to solve Martinez here. And this is up the middle, a base hit, so Dutch makes it to first base. Husband of Lynn Austin, who is a very famous model here in the Tampa Bay area. Was in Playboy back in the 80s. Billy Hamilton, 273, no homers, 4 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 for the day. Austin appeared in, I know she was in an episode of Married with Children, very well known here in the Tampa Bay area. She was a sports talk show host on many of the Tampa Bay AM stations for a few years. Here's Hamilton 0 for 1. We'll get back to that. Safe is the call as they try to pick off Dalton, which seems to me to be a waste. Pitch to Hamilton. Up the middle, another base hit. Dalton's going to stay at second. And suddenly, 2 on, nobody out for the Phillies in the third. J-roll, 1 for 1. Not a good bunter, so that's probably not the play here. Dutch is slow at second, only 11% chance to steal third base, but Hamilton has wheels because he's at 95%, but he can't move up with Dalton at second. Here's the pitch to Rollins. To Lansing. And what happened there? Well, they get the force at second base. They get the force on Hamilton coming in. Dalton moves to third. Rollins goes to first on a fielder's choice. Chuck Klein, 0 for 1. I see a stolen base opportunity here with 1 out. Let's go for it. I'm not going to move Dalton. We're just going to try to move Rollins to second. And he's in there with his 5th stolen base of the year. Second and third with 1 out now for Chuck Klein, 0 for 1. He's 222 so far in this year. 0 for 1 today. Grounded to first. And Jorgensen cannot make the play, so Dalton will score. And we're back to a one-swing game at 5-1. And they give Jorgensen the E. I see the E flashing somewhere on the Philadelphia scoreboard here. So it's 5-1. First error of the game. Schmidt doesn't have a plate appearance. Official at bat. He walked in the first inning, so no official at bats. But one swing of the bat, and you're looking at a 5-4 game. Grounded, and that is caught by Raines. Rollins is going to go for it, and no play at the plate. Montreal concedes the run, and it's 5-2. Williams 0 for 1. So let's see what Cy can do here. He's a good bunter, but not really good at the hit and run. We're going to take ball, and the count goes 1-0, which lowers Klein's odds. So we're just going to do a generic hitting play here. They go to first, try to get the put out there, but not to be. Count 1-0 to Williams. Ball 4, and now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Chase Utley, who is 0 for 1 and hasn't really hit well in the HTBL so far in this season 1. Utley is 0 for 1. See what he can do here. Can he break out of his slump? Well, this is skied to center, but Dawson's going to get underneath that, I would think, and he does. But Philly picks up 2 in their third, and we now have a 5-2 game. Tim Raines is 1 for 2. I'm not going to get fooled again. I'm going to bring my corners in. Ball 4. Raines on board with a walk. Well, we got to keep him honest. We're going to try a pickoff. Save. Try it again. Save. Okay. We'll pitch to Cabrera, 2 for 2. Grounder to the shortstop. He'll go for the play at first, and Raines will move up to second base. Jorgensen is 1 for 2. Montreal leading 5-2 here. But a base hit could change the score quickly. We're going to pitch around. Oh, we have had some sort of kerfuffle. Roberts has been ejected. We know this. And let's see what happened. Roberts disagreed with a walk call. He debated the home plate umpire, probably said something about the sexual practices of the home plate umpire, and that will get you thrown out super quick. So we look to see who is in the Philadelphia bullpen. And we will look and just check to see. Rigetti is the closer. So let's find somebody who can throw some pitches here. Okay. Team is missing fielders. Yes, I know. I know. Well, if we have to pick somebody to get us out of the inning and then pick somebody later, that might not be a bad idea. But I don't want to pick a starter. My starters are Alexander Ferguson, Carlton Bunning. We're going to put Jack Meyer in, at least to get us out of the inning. And Meyer will be given all the warm-up time he needs.
Pitching for Philadelphia, Jack Meyer.
And, oh yeah, I have options. I have Carlson and Brown. Let's just get Meyer out of the inning here. Meyer has pitched 2 1/3 inning. No ERA, no record. 2 hits, a walk, no Ks. And his whip is 1.286. His opposing batting average, 333. And he will have the unenviable task with his 4 range and his 833 fielding percentage to face Andre Dawson, who is 1 for 2. And, well, something happened there. It was a triple. It was a triple and 2 more runs score for Montreal. Don't know what happened with the chalkboard there, but that was the result. So a triple for Andre Dawson, and Montreal back up 2 swings at 7-2. We'll go to Gary Carter, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Skied to center. Actually, no, it's going to be the shortstop Rollins with the putout. And Andre Dawson now looking at... Actually, Meyer could pitch a while. He is at 80 pitches. He could pitch 80. So we'll just leave him in the game. Martinez is 1 for 2. And that's K number 1. So we had 2 runs scored by Montreal in the 4th. A pitcher, Robin Roberts, was given the heave-ho. And Philadelphia now down 2 swings again at 7-2. Sherry McGee is 0 for 1. Grounded to the shortstop. A tough play. And McGee is out at first base. Bang, bang play. Doesn't go McGee's way. Henry Larkin, 0 for 1, is your new hitter. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. This is going to be Lansing picking it up. Martinez covers first base. And the putout made. Dutch Dalton, 1 for 1, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. And Dalton again takes his base. Hamilton now, leading off for Philadelphia. He's 1 for 2. Again, they try to make a play at Dalton on first base to no avail. The pitch. Grounded to third. Wallach will go to first. Can he get Hamilton? He does. So we've now played 4 innings, and the score, Montreal 7 and Philly 2. Tim Wallach in for Montreal to start the 5th. He is 0 for 1 for today. Meyer's still in there. And this is hit sharply to right. Klein didn't really even have to move, and that's 1 out. Warren Cromartie is 1 for 2. He's on base with a walk. First walk given up today for Meyer. 2 so far this season. His first strikeout earlier in the game was his first strikeout this year. Lansing is 0 for 2. That's K number 2 for Meyer. Bringing up Rock Raines, who is 1 for 2 and has been a trouble for Philadelphia so far in this game. And he strikes out. So back-to-back Ks for Meyer. Halfway through it, 7-2 in favor of the Expos. Rollins, a .252 batting average. He is 1 for 2 on the day. See what Martinez can do with him. He's only struck out 1, regardless of what this little doogie bopper says. Here's the pitch. Rollins skies this to right, but it will be a foul ball is right. Swing again. Count now 2-2 to J-Roll. Grounder to Cabrera, who throws to Jorgensen. 6-3 on the putout, and there's one gone. Chuck Klein is 0 for 2. Right to Martinez, who throws to Jorgensen for out number 2. Mike Schmidt. A walk and a sacrifice so far. Grounder to third, and that's going to be an easy out. So the side quickly retired in Phillies fifth, and we go to the sixth with the Expos up 7-2. Well, 7-2 could be a football score, but I guess that would be the Alouettes playing the Eagles. Cabrera is 2 for 3. Of course, for a while they were the Montreal Concords, and Cabrera quickly on. Rollins had a tough handle on that grounder. They will give an error to Rollins, and Cabrera moved all the way to second base. Jorgensen, 1 for 2. Ball 4. Meyer is now up to 45 pitches. And you got Andre Dawson up for Montreal. Dawson is a 289 against lefties and 289 against righties, and Meyer is 220 against righties. So let's see what happens here. Something's got to give. A little confab on the mound. I think Meyer's one big blow. Oh, we have a hit batter. And we have the bases loaded here for Gary Carter, who is 1 for 3 on the day. I'm going to make a move. And I have a righty, a lefty, and a righty coming up. And I want to get... we're going to put Brown in the game. It's going to be Mace Brown in relief of Meyer and Roberts. Mace has a 7.50 ERA with no record, 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 walks, 3 Ks. His whip is 1.833, and his opposing batting average is 320. He's going to work to Gary Carter with nobody out and the bases loaded in Montreal's 6. Here's the pitch to Gary, and this is hit well to left. Hamilton with the putout. Let's see if Cabrera moves off of third base. We're going to challenge Cabrera. And Jorgensen will move to third as Cabrera scores, and it's 8-2. Had challenge on that play. Martinez now up again. He is 1 for 3. Montreal batting around the 4th time in this game. See what happens. That's strikeout number 1 for Brown. 4 on the season for him. Wallach 0 for 2. This is hit well to right. Klein at the track makes the grab. And the side retired for Montreal. We have played 5.5, 8-2 Expos. Now batting for Philadelphia, Cy Williams, who is 0 for 1. Hit well to right. Martinez looks up, and it's gone. Cy Williams with the home run, and it is 8-3. He touches them all. That is number 2 for Cy so far this year. Chase Utley, 177. After computing in the fact that he is 0 for 2 on the day. This is hit well to right, but Martinez comes in and makes the putout down the foul, near the foul line, and there's one out. Sherry McGee, 0 for 2. This is hit well to left, but Rain's coming in hard, makes a great play for the second out. Larkin, 0 for 2. Henry Larkin. And this is a grounder foul down the first base line. And the count now 1-2 to Henry. Lansing to Jorgensen, and did he hold on to it? He did not. He did. I'm sorry, folks, he did not. Larkin got to second base. There was an error on the play. It looked like the error was on the first baseman, Jorgensen. Bad throw. Bad throw, so the error may have been on the thrower. Let's just check it here. Safe on a throwing error. Larkin the second. Okay. Dalton comes in. Dutch Dalton is 1 for 1. And this is a grounder to the second baseman Lansing over to first. But Philadelphia picks up a run in the sixth, and that makes it an 8-3 game. To the top of the seventh we go when Warren Cromartie. Brown, still with plenty of pitches in him. His EPC is 80, and he's only on 11. So he could probably go the rest of the game unless Montreal starts roughing him up. Cromartie is 1 for 2. Base hit left field, and Cromartie is aboard. Mike Lansing is 0 for 3. Cromartie at first base. We'll do a pickoff move. Safe. Probably more attention than he deserves in an 8-3 game. Lansing strokes this to center. Cy makes the put out in the center. And there is one out. Tim Raines, 1 for 3. 16 stolen bases on the season. Don't know if he's leading the HTBL. We'll give it a look by the time we do the next game. And this is foul. Yes, it is. Count now 1-2 with one out to Rock Raines. And this is going to drop for a base hit. Cromartie moves up to second. Raines is at first with one out. Cabrera, 2 for 4. Cabrera, 367 now on the season. And this is a grounder to short. Rollins will step on second base, and that's all they get. Runners at the corners with 2 out for Jorgensen, who is 1 for 2. Utley to Larkin, 7th inning stretch time. Bump, 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 and welcome back, everybody. Big Paulie coming to you the rest of the way of this interesting game that has developed between Montreal and Philadelphia. Let's show you the box. There you see it there. Martinez has gone the distance for Montreal on this field of dream nights in Major League Baseball. Go the distance, of course, a very important phrase in that movie. I want to see that movie again soon. Roberts, who was ejected, has been relieved by Meyer and then Brown on Philadelphia's side. So that's how this has gone. 8-3, Montreal leading. Hamilton is 1 for 3 so far in this game. Up the middle, a base hit to center. A poor play by Lansing, we're being told. I want to keep the runners. We'll probably have to play station to station down 5. Jimmy Rollins is 1 for 3. His hit and run is 7, so I'm going to try it. Popped up. Wallach might get to it, but then again, he might not. Foul ball. Count 2-1. We'll try the hit and run again. And this is grounded to the second baseman Lansing, who throws to Jorgensen, and Hamilton moves up to second base. Chuck Klein is 0 for 3. And he hits one up the middle. But Lansing has caught the lead runner, which was Hamilton. Heads up play by Lansing to get the lead runner coming into third base. So Michael Schmidt comes up, a runner at first. 8-3 game. One swing of the bat, and he could make it 8-5. Let's see what happens. He's 0 for 1. Now he's 0 for 2 after the strikeout. We move to the 8th, and it's 8-3 Montreal. Mace Brown still in good shape, 28 innings. He has pitched so far 2 innings. and has done a good job keeping the Montreal run total down. But Andre Dawson is one of those guys who could change that with a swing. He's 2 for 3. He strikes out. That's K number 2 for Brown. Carter is 1 for 4. He hits it to center and well, but Williams there right before he gets to the warning track. And there's 2 out. Davey Martinez is 1 for 4. Grounder to the second baseman, Utley. He throws to Larkin, 4-3, and that's the 3rd out. So Montreal, at the 7.5 inning mark, leads 8-3. We have Cy Williams facing Davey Martinez. Dennis Martinez, I beg your pardon. His pitch total right now, 122. His EPC, 135. See if Philadelphia can work him here in the bottom of the 8th. And Williams strikes out. We'll go to Utley. Now, Utley hits righties 300, although so far this year he has been hitting below average. See if I got anybody who can do better. And we're going to bring Dick Allen into the game to pinch hit. Dick Allen, 1 for 1 on the year. He has 1 run scored. So this is only his 2nd at bat. Legendary third baseman in the 60s and 70s. See what Allen can do with 1 out in the Philadelphia 8th, I beg your pardon. Here's the pitch. This is hit well to left, but it's going to stay in the park, and Raines makes the put out. 2 gone. Sherry McGee coming up. He's hitting 307. He can hit righties 307, I should say. And he is safe at first base. So McGee goes from 0 for 3 to 1 for 4. He's got good wheels on him. Henry Larkin, a 294 hitter. Or that should be his average. He's hitting 0 for 3 in this game. And this is another situation where you're tempted to bring in a pinch hitter. And we're going to bring in Harry Stovey to pinch hit. He's 2 for 3 on the season. See if Philly can get something going here in the 8th. It's going to be a little confab on the mound. Here's the pitch to Stovey. And it's 4-3 on the putout. So substitution time for Philadelphia as they go to their 9th, Montreal's 9th, with an 8-3 deficit. Placido Polanco will play second base and bat 8th. And Dick Allen will play first base. And he will come in to bat 6th. Polanco has an 8 range at second. Allen only a 3 at first, but they want some power in the lineup. Brown looking at Tim Wallach, who is 0 for 3. He hits this to right. Klein with the play nearly at the warning track, maybe a foot or 2 away, and there is 1 gone in the Montreal 9th. Warren Cromartie is 2 for 3. Rollins to Allen, and Allen had no trouble there. 2nd out. Lansing is 0 for 4. This is skied to right. Can Klein come in? No, he cannot. A foul ball. So the count now 1-2 to Lansing. To the shortstop, Rollins throws to first. Out is the call. Bang, bang play at first base, but it goes Philadelphia's way. We go to the last of the 9th. 8-3 Montreal. Martinez staying in even though he's had 137 pitches. Dutch Dalton hits righties 262, at least on this little line at the bottom here. He is 1 for 2 today. And we have a backup catcher we could go to. Let's empty the bench and put Roy Thomas in. Roy Thomas has not had an at-bat so far in HTBL play. So he'll look at Martinez for the first time. This is hit well to center, but Dawson's going to get to that. One gone. Back to the top of the order, and Hamilton, 2 for 4 today. He's hitting .320. And let's see what happened there. Ball 4, it was a walk. It was Martinez's fourth. 4 walks and 3 Ks today. Bringing up Rollins, who is 1 for 4. Right to Lansing, a soft line drive for the second out. And Klein is the only thing standing in the way of a complete game for El Presidente, Dennis Martinez. Klein has gone 0 for 4 today. This is hit well to left, and it will go. A home run. That found the fat part of the strike zone, and Klein makes it 8-5, and Montreal taking no chances. They're bringing in their closer.
Pitching for Montreal, John Wetland.
Wetland, actually. .372. 3 losses and 4 saves on the year. 9 2/3 innings pitched. 7 hits, 2 homers, and a walk given up, but he has struck out 11. His whip is a very impressive .828. Opposing batting average is .206. Well, Jack Schmidt is going to be the Philly hitter. 0 for 2. Score is now 8-5. Hit well to right, but this is going to be the end of the game. Davey Martinez sends the Philly fans home unhappy with an 8-5 score. For Montreal, 8 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Philadelphia 5, 7, and 1. Martinez the winner, 3 and 2. Roberts the loser at 3 and 3. By the way, the wind blew. It was a 68-degree night, and the wind blew in most of the evening from left at 19 miles an hour. Martinez pitched 150 pitches. 98 of them were strikes. He went 8 2/3. Wetland did not pick up the save. Roberts goes to 3 and 3 on the air. He only pitched 66 pitches. Your MVP of the game was Andre Dawson, and of course Robin Roberts was ejected. So that has been your game number 27 for everybody in the HTBL. When we come back with our next episode, we will bring you game number 28, and I haven't decided who it's going to be yet. So it'll be a surprise to me, as it probably will be to you. Big Paulie, wishing you all Godspeed and God bless. We'll do it all again soon, and bye-bye for now, everybody.